as we saw them ban Twitch and then Thermite as their different bans. So I think they're bringing a bit more of the unusual, less Glass Lion bans, but we'll see. They are going to be first to ban here as they start on defense.
I can see a Do could be banned.
Could be, yeah, definitely. There's a lot of possibilities here. Counter roams could be a good one. Obviously, Lion is a prime candidate anyways, but
Hard Breacher.
it seems like Market are willing to ban Lion every time, so there's Glaz off the board.
Okay, what will Market go for? Lion? Yeah, it's
Lion,
an insta pick. It's Lion.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I'll be really surprised if they pick something else.
I'm confident. Confident in my choice.
Confident
On Consulate. We'll see Market banning the first op, and it's gonna be Mira. No, Valkyrie. Okay, for me, a much more
yeah, you mentioned
much more
earlier.
important operator. Like seriously, Valkyrie, much more important operator, especially on console. You can let go. Mira only will get played on Garage. You don't really need her for the other sites. So I don't see why you would ban a Mira. You're kind of wasting one here. But we have Maestro and Echo, and Pulse is going to get removed.
Right.
Okay, so this makes lobby attacks a lot easier because Pulse hanging out downstairs trying to chuck C4 up the hatch into the main lobby is no longer available. And it makes a lot of sense. If somebody would have banned Mira here, I would have actually gone up and disconnected their computers.
Well, it's the case where Fnatic have banned Pulse twice now in this matchup because they also banned it on Border. So it seems like they consider vertical play a little bit of a weakness for themselves. I don't know. We'll see, though. Of course, they are going to be starting on the top floor, as you mentioned earlier. That is now kind of the primary bomb site. It does tend to shift around depending on the meta. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a new meta after the new ops. There's some good 6 picks coming out here. Some trickery in terms of double hard breachers, as well as the Vigil roam, which I was hoping to see a good Vigil play on this map. So I'm interested to see how Rizraz pulls that off. He has been playing kind of roam-heavy operators. You saw him play quite a bit of Ella, for example, on the other map, on Oregon.
Yep, and he played very, very well, to say the least. So it was very scary to watch him dismantle people at decently long ranges, but still, that on its own is just not enough to win you a match, of course. But in here, we'll see Mira being used up by Lusty. So you'll have one Mira window that usually is set up right here in the cubby, so to look in from the printer room. And then the other one is either on bathroom or as well, the second position you have, not always really used, is in the connector room, facing the consulate chamber. So this is your standard setup, really, for a Mira window.
I'm still not a huge fan of it, just because
you're gonna lose it regardless.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to work that great. I mean, it's better than just giving them, I suppose, admin for free, but at the same time, I feel like some of the plays inside admin can be more effective, especially if you got enough ADSs there to be able to stop grenade throws. And then against someone like Panic's, grenade throws are a big concern, I suppose. We'll see.
All right, alive on the Ash here. Not surprising at all.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
Yeah, definitely not surprised. Panic's again on the buck as well, so not a lot of surprises in terms of what people are playing. They're playing pretty much the operators they tend to. Although Magnet tends to shift around. For example, we saw Lusty being the one on Smoke previously. This time Magnet's going to be playing it. So let's see how that comes out. Now, I imagine if Valkyrie hadn't been banned, that probably would have been Magnet's job. But in this case, he's happy to step onto Smoke. They are making sure to drone downstairs just in case.
Yeah, because, I mean, even if the pulse is not available, you can see, like a mute, for example, that will play from below. Seeing as Falco is playing again for Millennium, that was a position that he used to play quite a bit, even when they were defending all the way up top. If you guys remember, like over a year ago, when Magnet hits Revon here, taking him out. Unfortunately, Alive just moving up the stairs will get the kill off of it. They lose the smoke for that Thatcher, which obviously is a pretty big advantage for Market.
Yeah. Well, either way, it was a good, I guess, initial kill. I mean, that's the Thatcher off the board who might not have been able to do his job completely yet. And I just noticed also Rizraz brought a bulletproof camera. So I'm curious where that is set up for some extra intel. There is the Echo drone as well being set up in those yellow stairs now. Fortunately, Rizraz is spotted, I think. It was hard to tell the timing in terms of whether or not he had his jammer on or not. But they are going to have some idea he's around. He definitely shot it, so that's the case where it is going to expose him for that brief second. The Echo drone actually rotating around to the bathroom to support him as he gets droned again, leading to a kill from Panics. Nicely done with a good pinch there, taking advantage of their own opening on the bathroom. Unfortunate, but good coordination by the attacker so far. Outside of the one kill that Magnet got, it's been very pinch heavy, which is nice.
Yeah, Now, Lusty just peeking in from the window, and this is why you have it in the middle, because you can use your soft walls on either side to peek against your opponents. It's very standard to see Amira use this in this way. Though Fnatic with 3 players left alive versus the 4 of Mocket, Mocket will have the advantage of a player that might want to push in from below, push in from the side. Can go up the stairs. Admin, a lot of damage done, and that is the Mira down on the floor. Let's make sure the breaching round takes out Lusty. You see the graphic up here. Neophyte in the meantime, though, finding the kill on Panics. That's now removing the buck from play. Still had on there. Neophyter will have to run back. 13 seconds left on the clock, but Neophyter turns around to try and fight against Alive, but running out of ammo. But can they stop this? They're searching around for that yokai drone, and there we go. He spots it. The instant it hits 0. No! Oh my god, no! Ace just hit it at the 0 mark! Oh no!
That is frustrating to watch. The timing.
It hit 0, dude. Come on.
That's the second time Ace has unfortunately failed to do his echo job properly, just due to timing.
Hesitation.
Oh,
hesitation.
Well, either way, though, that was a good round for Mocket. And they clearly won it by out-fragging. And unfortunate for Fnatic, but they are going to try down in Garage this time. Deciding that didn't work so great. They had some good plays, but overall just not that.
Oh, that was so heartbreaking.
Right?
Everything played perfectly into Fnatic there at the end. Sure, they didn't have enough ammo in the mag for the Jaeger. But, okay, there's 6 seconds left. They need to rush in to go for the plant on the Hibana. He's running right behind the Ash. There's not much time. You have a yokai, and nobody detected it. The instant it hit, it's going from 1 to 0 is when you launch your yokai blast. And I really wish we could peer into the comms now.
Yeah,
just to see the frustration.
That worries me more than anything else, is the tilt factor of a missed play like that. Because the other teammates were just sitting there watching that as well. Unfortunate. But either way, going into this round, they are going to be trying a different defense here downstairs. Ace is still going to be on that Echo drone. They haven't taken him off of it yet. We are going to get some mutes and some spots we've seen before that are interesting for jamming things above. Always fun to see the vertical play of mute jammers.
So this means that the hatch right above here cannot be opened from the lobby, or at least very difficult. But Mocket, of course, are bringing Revon on the Twitch. We'll remind you that Revon and Alive are both extremely apt fraggers. So put them on the Ash, put them on the FAMAS of the Twitch, and they'll have a grand old time.
Well, they are going to take control of admin pretty quickly here. Alive, ever the aggressive entry fragger, doing his job fairly well. I definitely liked his play last round in terms of taking advantage of the intel from below. It was a good job finishing off Lusty before. Can he be as effective this round? If he's able to catch one off guard here at the top of yellow stairs. The timing not working out in his favor. Rizraz actually backs off just at the right moment to save his life. But Alive is going to continue to pursue him. Right on down to the map.
Running down. They see the late reinforcement. Yeah. Oh my god, no. The yokai drone is right below. So I'll get spotted at some point, but can even tell that the extent of the mute jammers goes all the way up here, and there you go. That's why you see the mute jammers set right below the yellow stairs, because drones, pretty much impossible to have them pass through this area.
Yep. Well, they are going to start to open up some angles here. This is the one that we were referencing the Super 90 on earlier in terms of opening up the ground. Obviously, in this case, it is reinforced, so that wouldn't work anyways, but there is similar utility in opening that wall. Thankfully, they reinforced enough here to make this hard for them to take the bathroom, and it's already been a minute 30, but they are starting to get trapped in here. You may consider backing out after getting droned there. There he goes, drops hatch, smart play.
But not chucking in the grenade. They got information, they got tabs on it, and instantly he heard the drop. And just made sure that he doesn't use the grenade.
Penix is so accurate with those grenades, though. I feel like it somehow would have homed in on him even if he dropped. It would have rolled down on him. Yeah. Revan, though, does find the kill into Rizraz finally, and that's the smoke down. Important kill. He had to use one smoke canister, but still had, I believe, 2 left. Unfortunate.
It's again the similar setup to what we saw in the previous round. Smoke not being able to stay alive for too long. They're even being the first player to go down to alive. But at least they were able to trade off one player on the Skylight. This time, no trades in the way of Fnatic as Magnet finally take down the drone. And just watching from the locker hallway, he spots the head there. His opponent can't find the angle, and now we'll have to fall back and play for Archives.
Neofighter taking down Panics, though. That is a good kill. Those are some grenades that are not going to find their mark. And there we go. What? How did that not kill him?
I don't know. It's Revan.
Just magic.
He just runs away, but there you go. Alive, finally going down. A Magnet of the MP5, and Revan somehow alive. In the meantime, though, Voy's going to be able to plant as enemy rotates in. Aces gets one. No, they'll have to go for the reload on that Type 89. Neofighter getting one from the back, and Neofighter with the last one as well as Solo. You'll be able to clutch the round for Fnatic. And this will go Fnatic's way to tie it 1-1.
Nicely done. Good comeback, especially by Neofighter. They're really saving the day. It was unfortunate Revan didn't die to what looked like a potential headshot, but might have just hit. There's, the possibility his arm was sticking up because he was ADS. There's a lot of unfortunate, weird little situations where your body blocks headshots, and that was most likely the case there. But they're going to try lobby now, not wanting to go back to console again. So despite what we said earlier about going console, lobby, garage, I guess it was the smart choice to jump down to garage. Again, we're seeing, though, Aces struggling with Yokai. It did get caught out that time instead of being able to deny it. It was not in the right position early on. Rizraz potentially baiting here for a 6-pick. There it is, over to Castle. And we're not seeing any so far from Mocket here, although it looks like Revan could be considering it. He has not confirmed his pick yet. And they're thinking about it. I got to imagine they're discussing on comms right now if they want to make any change-ups based off what they see. Looks like it's not going to happen. So, we will go into round 3. Now it is tied 1-1. So, we have seen momentum swings towards Fnatic. Now that they won the last round, there is a chance we could see them win this round as well, just off of those sort of momentum swings we've seen from them.
Now, obviously, if you're defending in the lobby, you want to make sure that you have a tight hold on the top floor. So, it is all about setting up that position. There are impacts for Rizraz to use, but there's also, of course, Magnet bringing the smoke. So, he's going to be going for pre-opening holes that usually be played, especially here in the projector room, which is pretty much your most standard of holes. The hatch is open as well. Fnatic and really any team that's playing in the site below, if they're setting up top stairs, which will always happen, they'll have to delay their opponents for as long as possible. You eventually might lose the top side here, but this is a floor that is a lot easier to hold than others. And it's interesting how they set up the mirror window as well inside of the mirroring room to peer into Spiral Staircase.
Which they've castled off to an extent as well from Visa. So they definitely want to have a bit more refined map control here in terms of playing from above, making sure that they can defend it more successfully. But at the same time, the hard part, of course, is all that equipment and everything else you put into taking that top floor and controlling it can also be used against you later on, as they start to take control here. Alive, ever the aggressive entry fragger again. He does his job well. I think picking him up for this team as an aggressive entry fragger has definitely paid off. I mean, he dies early sometimes, but that is the life of an Ash main running in. Does manage to clear up the barbed wire, but that's going to give away his position on this approach. He is going to see one hiding around the corner, which is no surprise there, but there is backup in the connector, and somehow no one's shooting his drone just yet. They're expecting him to just come around or have backup. So they're unfortunately just letting him have all that information seems like a bit of a mistake here.
Flashbang comes in, and there we go. Alive, even though he's flashed, he gets one, but Magnet on the refrag. At least the gas canister here from the smoke will force the attackers off of his position. Just make sure they try to hold back in by the lobby entrance in the hallway. Revan, though, will find the angle. Aces still in the punch hole. As Magnet takes control of the meeting room this time here. Advantage still for Mocket, but Panics has taken quite a bit of damage. Make sure you don't double up on the angle. But with the way that this site works, the way that the attackers are set up mostly on the top stairs, you can funnel them in and negate their manpower advantage. Unfortunately, Aces Outplayed there by the peak. Magnets on the floor trying to play the shotgun.
No!
Oh, as he pulls away at the last second. The C4 from Neo, though, will get the kill. Aces from the side. Takes Voy out as he sets up behind the reinforced wall again. Magnet with a shotgun in hand. The Zofia eats it, but she is not down just yet. Revon will get the kill off of it to make it a 2-2. How did the Zofia not die there?
Definitely been a situation where it seems like Market have been fairly invincible in situations where they should be a little more exposed. In the jump, the rotate out. Interesting choice there. Unfortunately, Revon takes advantage of it.
And just holding now in the back.
Oh, here we go again.
Ace is all on his own. And they'll have to deny the plant. There's 20 seconds left on the clock. He's going to need both yokais against this. He's
Assuming they don't kill him.
Yeah, he has no other position than this here. Does he spot them?
No, don't.
The hover drone comes down as he switches away to the other one. He assumes that the last one will get taken down. There's 2 seconds left on the clock.
Can he deny this work?
Yeah, oh, yes, he
There
does!
we go. There we go. Aces. I need
Finally.
heart medicine at this point. You're killing me. Killing me.
Please don't. I actually need him alive.
It's not going to last much longer at this rate. My God. Well, he made it work that time. So, he gets a free pass to play Echo at least one more time. But boy, was that close. He's got to stop being butterfingers on that keyboard when it comes to hitting that spacebar. Well, Console, again, for their second attempt. Did not work the first time. They have managed to win the other 2 bomb sites, though. So they're definitely going to have to figure out what they did wrong on this one. If they can, then that will bring them to a situation where they can play Garage again. Unfortunately, this is the one map where while there are 3 viable bomb sites, there are only 3 bomb sites. So you pretty much get forced into a situation where if you win 2 in a row, it's a guaranteed pick for the 3rd one. And as that rotates and you win that one, guaranteed pick for the one right after that. And so on and so forth. It gets very predictable towards the last few defensive rounds.
All right, Monkit pulling out the heavy guns here as the Blackbeard will be in use. You see how Voy plays around with that. He has had quite a bit of success on the Blackbeard here, which means, you know, there's 2 ways of playing this if you're on the attack, knowing that this is the site you're going to go back to on to attack. You either set up the Blackbeard on the window here by the console chambers and then pinch in from the other side of the admin to make sure that your opponents are locked into one area, or because you're very spread out in that position, you'll have the Blackbeard just holding off on the balcony, cutting off rotations from the bathroom and the connector room, and off of that you just play into the A site and go for a quick plant.
Yeah, definitely a few different ways to do it. We'll see what he goes for. Could see him just go for that that balcony push in theory, but no one's setting up the Blackbeard just yet. Alive, obviously going to be inside the building probably within the next 30 seconds here. I'd say he's fairly good at it though. He rarely dies right off the bat. I mean, it does occasionally happen, but he does. He must get droned in fairly effectively. I got to imagine they do a good job of that. And he even goes for the pre-fire in there and gets the kill on a Rizraz. So it's the team comms and the droning that is definitely working for Mocket, because you see how often Alive is able to make smart entry plays because of that. And that is definitely something that is a strength of this team. Oh, he doesn't even need to use his own shotgun. Sees the head for a second there.
Oh!
But Magnet wins that again. This is the 2nd time he's killed someone on that skylight.
There's still one more above. Will he get the ability to take him out?
Yes, use a drone.
Did he spot the drone?
Don't peek him with your face. The drone. Smart choice, Revon. Revon surprisingly not on the Twitch. He's going to be on Thatcher instead.
Now the fact that everything is reinforced there in the cubby, the grenade can definitely come in and hurt. Either it kills or Voy just gets the kill with the Scar.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely holding the B side down here. As you mentioned, with that Scar, smoke does obfuscate his view just a little bit, but he has some idea where Magnet's playing, and the drone, of course, going to confirm that, although it gets shotgunned fairly swiftly. Fortunately, cannot find an angle here.
And now Voy rotating around to the left-hand side, now to the right-hand side. In, out, check it all about. So
the hokey pokey Blackbeard.
Yeah, and he just...
oh, this peak, though.
Yeah, boy.
Lusty with the nice little tap hole to watch for that Blackbeard. Magnet just needs to bait him out at this point. That's the 2nd smoke used, though, in 1:12 left. He's got to be careful. He's low on health. Might not even get to use that 3rd one. Unfortunately, Revon did decide to stop using the drone and actually checking it with his ADS. Blackbeard, though, almost giving away his position with the tip of that gun.
Alive still, I'm actually unsure of where Alive is. There's so much focus from Fnatic here on this Blackbeard.
There he is.
If I'm the Blackbeard, just, hey, why don't we switch around the whole attack to balcony? We already lost one player early on. Let's play the advantage in that one. Why are we putting ourselves in this setup that is so old? We no longer see this strategy being employed that much because it doesn't really work that often. By the way, spoiler alert.
Well, I think that was the third smoke canister now, so Magnet is mostly just bullets at this point. Alive, though, surprisingly getting away with a lot here. Just completely uncontested.
The desk. Oh, he didn't spot the player by the desk. Shoot.
Oh, he might come in looking to the right.
There's 12 seconds on. Oh no, he flashes himself. 8 seconds here on the clock. They need to get the plant down as Alive rushes in from the back hill. Down the Jaeger. Run around to get the kill off of him. Then he kills the Mira. Then they go for the plant, but the Echo again denies
All
it.
right.
Just please, what is this round?
Ace is making up for some earlier rounds. Now they've won all 3 bomb sites. Now they're, of course, forced to go back to the first of those 3 because of the rotation system. Garage it will be. No choice to be had. And a tactical timeout from Mocket. I don't think we had one. We've had one from Fnatic, right? It seems like Mocket are much bigger fans of these tactical timeouts than, I mean, I guess in the case, the Fnatic can take advantage of them as well. So when the technical timeouts or tactical timeouts are called by Mocket, I imagine Dizzle also taking advantage of the time to talk to his team, maybe not feeling like they need those extra ones. And again, the momentum here coming out from Fnatic, something we talked about before. If that can't get shut down by Mocket, I feel like might see Fnatic take this.
All right. What would Mocket do here? What's the big difference? What's the change that they'll try to play in this round? Because
IQ.
IQ.
I mean, they've got to do something about that Echo drone. Even when it didn't work, it was still a problem.
Timing and IQ.
Yeah.
At the end there, all you saw was the Blackbeard holding an angle and the Ashe running around.
Yeah, I mean, they're even bringing a Thatcher, which could in theory help. If he's able to thatch right as they go for the plant, and it happens to catch the Echo drone, yeah, you get that, but
It's not reliable.
no, not at all.
If you know that there's a yokai in that position, just shoot.
I just mean if you know it's in the general area, you could get lucky. That's a Hail Mary throw, but it might be better than just 3 people scanning the ceiling hoping to catch it at the last second and just getting really that Aces didn't get it in time. But at least the last 2 rounds, he has made up for those previous missed timings. I mean, to be fair, had he got those as well, he would be the hero of the day. Because that would have been like 3 or 4 in a row, rounds won by Echo Drone.
Now you'd imagine, now you'd imagine if that first round had actually gone the way of Fnatic.
Wow.
They would have had 4 on the board.
Well, let's see how they go on Garage now. Again, the second time around. This is one that they've won previously. Console was the only one they had struggled on. They made up for that last round. So not making really any significant changes in terms of operators. Although I believe Magnet last time I think was on the smoke. And Rizraz might have been the one on the mute. So they might have made that switch if I'm recalling correctly. As far as the attackers, though, going with the standard 5 and the same players. So looks like they're going for a lot of setup upstairs again. Now last time they did manage to drop off of the bathroom just in time to avoid getting grenaded. Will they make the same call this time, or will the pressure come up? They've got to imagine. You got to imagine they're going to know that the bathroom's going to be part of that. They're going to go to attack in a similar fashion. They're going to probably have enemy open the back of it, go for a position. This time probably have Panics throw that grenade and maybe catch it. So there's really not much you can do as a defender outside of bringing an ADS. In this case, they're not. So, you know, what can you even do? Right? Then maybe have an Echo Drone, the second one, to help you there. But Aces seem to need both of them, so Aces might even consider hiding one underneath the white van, just to be prepared in this case. Or there's some players will throw them on top of the white van.
On top of it, yeah. And it works on maps like Bank, for example.
Yeah.
It happens quite a bit on there, and honestly, it's just a better position. It's very difficult to spot it up there. You're not always going to be looking for it. And now because everybody kind of hides it underneath the truck, you know, you're just going to look for it early on before you even push into the site. But, you know, Mocket bringing both hard destructors here. They'll be using that to their advantage. Remember, on Oregon, we had a ban on Thermite. So we only saw Havana, unfortunately. But Alive immediately going upstairs. You see a bit of fire being thrown out. I believe that was a Vector. So now Lusty will just fall back.
What's the point of the barbed wire if you just fall off the room?
It's like, it's an Ashe. I'm not going to deal with it.
Yeah, they're not really doing much to counter Alive, to be honest. Like, any of these rounds. They're not doing much. They're not even bringing, like, traps that would help. Like, perhaps some Legion Mines or something like that. Panics, though, getting in a good position to potentially do some work from above. They are doing their thorough drone work again, though, and this has definitely been helping them. But this is also part of the reason they're coming down on time problems at the very end of the rounds, is their thorough droning. Bulletproof camera actually coming out from Magnet on the mute. Interesting.
All right, so Magnet still checking the camera. That was preset in the gym, and unfortunately the mute jammers are so well set up here by the yellow stairs that make things a bit complicated for Mocket as they try to drone in, and they're going to try to spot the Bandit batteries. There's a reason why Panics is playing all the way up on the desk in the press room, because he doesn't want to get C4'd. And now he's going to try to bait his opponent into this position. And no, there's nobody tricking.
The bait!
Oh, no.
Worked both ways. The Bandit is the one to get the kill.
He was right on the edge. Which drone is mine?
His little drone ranch. Oh, boy. Unfortunate resume. This is just not working so great. I mean, they did get the garage open. I'll give them that. They do see some feet there dancing. Fortunately, it does take a bit of damage.
Yeah, that was Rizraz on the smoke. But having lost the buck there, it's great that happens, just as I'm saying, oh yeah, he's on the desk, he does not get C4'd, and he moves to the side and eats the whole explosive to his face. But there you go, Revan will get the kill instantly here. Smoke being lost, so no gas canisters that can be used, but you see Neofighter playing close up on the exit stairs. And he's already done the damage with the Nitro Cell. All he's got to do now is hold off the angle, and he spots the Habana, even hearing her moving in. So little time left on the clock as he directs himself towards the white van. It's one taken down by Revan, but it turns to a 3v3. 6 seconds left on the clock as the hatch from the bathroom is being watched, but Neofighter is going ham. That's one, that's two for Neofighter is Lusty. Gets the last one on the drop. Beautiful play here from Fnatic.
What a nutty round.
They are 2 rounds away here from getting themselves on that map point and match point. Even.
That was such a good series of plays by Neofighter. The first, the C4, then all those very quick plays. It wasn't just that he was making good plays; it was that he was making good plays against very fast, aggressive operators. And still, you saw him rotating around his map position, covering the drop on the hatch as well. Just smart heads up play, and the communication as well from Lusty about the players coming onto the white van. Just fantastic play at the end of that round. They deserved that round for sure.
Yeah, that's what happens when you come in boot camp in Europe and play EU ranked.
Yeah, well, easy diamond, as Dizzle says.
Yeah, he actually did say that. It's like, oh, it took us 1 day to get to diamond. Yeah, you're a professional team. You kind of should be able to do that if you all stack together.
One can hope, but either way, it is. I mean, we have not seen the level of comeback from Mocket that we've seen from Fnatic, so I'm feeling like this could be the end for Mocket.
Yeah, Mocket, they were discussing this in the morning with Ciscat, of course, very famous ex-player, then ex-coach, then now caster. This is what happens to all the people that can't play at the big level. They turn into us. So,
as he likes to remind me, though, it's still the remaining French champion for non-DreamHack events.
Yeah, that's very true.
France has not won since then, outside of Millennium winning the DreamHack.
Now, what Ciscat was saying is that a lot of French teams and a lot of teams that are in and around the Mediterranean are they have fiery blood. That's what he's saying. It's basically people and players that are very emotional, and the emotions are a double-edged sword.
We say the same thing about Latin America as well.
Yeah, it's very much the same thing.
It's just Americans that are just like, whatever.
Yeah, and then, Germans, Swedes, Finns, they're all right. It's like, yeah, we won. Yeah, we lost.
Chill in the cold countries.
Who cares?
Yeah. Well, we'll see if they can maintain their cool on Mocket here and get a round back. As they start on their defense now, they want to go straight to Garage. Maybe they liked what they saw. They are going to pull an Echo out as well. I got to imagine Mocket in the future against Fnatic going to ban Echo. Something to be considered. This has been a little bit of a problem for them, but they are going to take advantage of it as well. Enemy has been playing a lot of Echo, so no surprise to see him on that. But he did 6 pick over to it, so nice and sneaky. And they are going to bring Revan on the Vigil, so that should be fun. See if his roam is effective. They also, again, the ones to play Maestro. So it seems like the only time they don't play Maestro is when it was banned, because who knows, they probably would have played it on Oregon as well.
Oddly enough, Mocket are not bringing a mute nor a bandit.
Yeah, they're like, again, there's the same philosophy we saw on Border where they're just like, you know what, just open it up. That's fine. Like, we'll just shoot you when you do. I guess. I mean,
It works.
it does to an extent. So we'll see if that works this particular round, though. I mean, given they have double hard breachers, pretty sure that garage is going to get opened. Pretty sure.
And I remind you that the loser of this game and all subsequent matches here on the stream, since we have 2 more after this, are out. You no longer are in contention for the Paris Major. If you do make it, though, then you get to play tomorrow for a spot in the quarterfinals. So Fnatic here, if they are able to win, they'll play NIP again for a spot at the quarterfinals. If they lose there, then they're out. You win 2, you're in. You lose 2, you're in.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see the rematch, Fnatic Nip, given how it went one way, and I feel like they felt like they weren't themselves. If they win today, they're going to be feeling a lot more confident, and I feel like that might bode well for them against NIP. But nonetheless, there is still rounds to go before that conclusion could even be reached, as a minimum of 2 rounds need to be won by Fnatic to close this out. And there's definitely a chance of a 3-round comeback from Mocket, just not something we've seen a ton from them.
Ooh.
Magnet definitely making that a lot harder, though. There goes Ravon, the sneaky Vigil down. He might have even called him and got, I mean, he did use 1 phone call, so that might have been how he was able to catch that Vigil, because Dokkaebi is definitely one of the weaknesses of Vigil in terms of anything that can kind of track him. Jackal being the other one, I think that is a big problem for him. Lion, you know, whatever, he can...
He counters everybody.
But Lion is not as much of a counter to Vigil as he is to other operators because of the fact that Vigil can sit still while he's being droned, because drones and Lion is really the biggest problem.
Yeah, it's not just Lion on his own, and there you go. Magnet will get refragged, but Lusty with a refrag as well, onto Alive. And just holding off on the rotation. He'll get 1 kill off of it. There's still the Legion in the back here. Panics, but will fall back. Fnatic still in with the majority of their... No!
The time.
Oh, no!
Keep an impact for that next time.
Panics getting the kill on Aces. That's the Thermite out of play, and now...
Double heart breacher.
Yeah, and the Jmoto will force player back here. He's on the stairs, and here we go. Enemy will get spotted. Rizraz to get the kill. There's still a hard destructor, so there's still the Habana alive for Lusty.
Yeah, and still man advantage as well. So, not to mention a buck to be able to make sure that there's no one trying to play against the entry from the actual garage door once they get it open, assuming there's no problems in doing so. They didn't actually take out that Claymore as well in that kill, so they can't run out that yellow stairs door just yet. Boy, though, does have his Evil Eye set up. You see the 2 positions there. Get an idea. He's guarding both bomb sites with those. Panic's also trying to help guard the cafeteria, but it is all on these 2. Buck going to give away his position, but that's going to give him some angles on cafeteria and see potentially that it's clear as they drone it, I imagine, as well.
A bomb has been located.
Patience here from these defenders.
And Rizraz just coming in the side here on the main stairs.
15 seconds to go.
Gonna have to get in. We'll get the info on him. Oh, the quick peek from the Legion. Rizraz is trying to lay his opponents, forcing them into this offensive position. Voy now in a 2v1. He'll get 1 more, but Rizraz at the last second for Fnatic will clean things up. There was literally 1 second on the clock as Rizraz ran in and spotting his 2 dead teammates will finish off the Meisters, unable to get the 3K there at the end.
Still, great play by Voy.
Yep, he was in a great position. I mean, that's really the best spot you could have been in, except for maybe, you know, playing from behind the car and such.
Yeah.
But given the circumstances, it is quite all right.
Yeah.
So, 5-1, Fnatic 1 round away from making it to day 3 of the competition here. Mocket, the current French champions, are really starting to feel the heat.
Garage Part 2. Maybe Aces, I don't know. I mean, I know this is a weird idea, but open the garage? Because there's nothing stopping you from opening it literally at the beginning of the round? I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Jackal 6 pick. Interesting choice for Magnet, who was on Dokkaebi last time. The Thatcher really unnecessary because they're not necessarily trying to do anything to stop you. And you're not going to destroy Evil Eyes or anything else other than maybe the Legion mines with that. Maybe some Grismont mines, I suppose, as well. But hopefully they open the garage door a little bit sooner instead of trying to fight a bit from behind. But I did like Neophyter's pinch onto the Legion, helping out his teammate as they tried to pinch him inside that small security office. So I thought that was a good play in terms of making sure they didn't lose anyone, because he was peeking very aggressively and taking advantage of the intel they got from the barbed wire. Well, we'll see how they go for the setup this time. Now, last time, losing the Vigil early definitely did not help their plays. They're not going with the Vigil this time. Vaughn going to be on the L again. Something, as we talked about earlier, he played very effectively on Oregon with.
Well, Fnatic are bringing Magnet, though, on the Jackal. So that... Oh, drone being sniped.
Well, either way, he's been the roam hunter, so...
Yep. So it even helps his position even more as a roam hunter, of course.
Well, in this case, though, he definitely left a lot of footprints around. He ran around pretty much all of Visa, so he made it pretty accessible for Magnet to find him.
Yeah, and that's where he's spawning as well. So should be able to find the footsteps of that Ella quite easily. Here, Magnet, just making sure there's nobody coming in. As he gets back on the drone, the goo mine will hit Rizraz. There we go. He just goes into the admin office. Neofighter is right behind him as well. Very good.
Oh, here we
play,
go.
And there we go. The Ella footprints instantly spotted. They realize that the roamer is on the other side of the map, so they can proceed with limited caution.
And that's why you pick the Jackal, right? Because he didn't expect to have to guard his footprints. He thought he could run freely around there, and as long as he wasn't anywhere near a phone call or anything like that, he'd be fine. Although in this case, it looked like he was going to play Thatcher anyways. And so that's that smart bait and switch where now they've got him kind of on lockdown for a while, so they can clear this map much more effectively, knowing that the Ella is downstairs. So it's the small things that I appreciate about the 6th pick.
All right, now the Legion will be identified by Magnet. No, Legion usually is playing in and around the site. You saw him before within the break room.
Not a huge thing, but it is good to know that he is still there and that he is downstairs, and you don't have to worry about him as much placing new goo mines around the upstairs.
Important thing for Fnatic to not lose the Thermite as they did before. They forced Hibana to do all the work on her own, but they kind of foregone pushing from the garage, coming in from the backside of the server. So you really need to keep aces alive here for Fnatic.
Not to mention, Fnatic are a team that have had a history sometimes of choking when they have a significant lead. And that is definitely a risk here in that they have a significant lead and they know they only have to win one round. They've got to keep their cool.
The important thing here is that there's no mute, no bandit. So nothing really to play against those exothermic charges.
Oh, no.
And Revan, though, will peek in and just get the kill on Magnet. Unfortunately, the Ella he was tracking will be able to take him out.
Can we take a look, too, and see if the garage door has been opened? As Ace
It is.
gets a kill. Okay, good. I'm glad not only did he open it, but he gets a kill afterwards. That's what I like to see. A whole garage open. There we go. Okay. That is much better here for them. And they did lose the Jackal, but they've got a kill of their own on the Jaeger, and they're making good progress here to make this work. 30 seconds left, though.
Yeah, Rizraz will take out the goo mine as he tries to move in from the yellow stairs. As you mentioned, under 30 seconds left on the clock. I'll send concussions in. There we go, to make sure they burn the ADSs. Neofighter playing from above. There's not enough time to buck the entire floor before coming in, so they'll have to go for that plant ASAP. Revan trying to come in from the side of the main stairs. Void will get one onto Lusty, but a cleanup instantly from Neofighter. The Claymore will get shot down. There you go, but it might be too little too late. In a 2v2, the diffuser has to be set, and there is nobody to deny it. No, the Echo right at the end as the Zofia comes into the break room, unable to get the last kill, and Fnatic, crunched on time, will lose the round. But it's all fine and dandy. It's only a 5v2 now, 5-2.
Like I said, though, they have a history of losing these leads.
Remember, with both maps, it kind of turned into 6-3, 6-3.
Yeah.
Off of these sorts of leads.
Either way, though, that momentum seems to matter sometimes for them. And unfortunately, the fact that Echo has been pretty much the #1 operator, I would say, that has been the game changer on this map so far because of time. It is such a big map to clear, and they're doing their best to bring roam clearing operators. They had some time advantage that time, but they spent so much time setting up for the attack. I feel like that was the big problem. They had the garage open, they had kills, they had some accessibility, they had the yellow stairs control. They just didn't go to an execute soon enough. And really, I guess the important thing is trying to kill that Echo, because, of course, if you do, then you can't use his drones, and all they can get is marks off that. But nonetheless, I feel like when you're in a situation like that, you need to rush the Echo, because he's going to be on his thing. It's like, I mean, more so when they're up in console, because you can almost guarantee he's going to be in the bathroom. It's a pretty easy rush on him at that point. But downstairs, maybe not as much. Console is going to be the bomb site now, though, so this is the one where if enemy is sitting on it, and you should hopefully do some droning ahead of them to have some idea if he's in there or not. If he's in there, just push him. just kill him from the window if you have to, because he's going to be laying there on his drone.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
We'll see.
All right, Ridraz's drone will be the first to get taken down. Neo Fighter at 12 kills on the team for Fnatic.
Doing some work.
He's definitely showed up in this matchup here, but will Fnatic be able to close this out to get to day 3? That's the real question.
Big question.
Yeah, I'll remind you again, the stakes at hand here is being the first team to get eliminated from the group, the second, well, technically the fourth team to get eliminated in total out of the 8 that'll get eliminated today. So you end up not making as much cash as well as all the others. I think you make like four grand or something like that if you get out on that on 16th place.
Fnatic needs it. Video games are expensive there.
Yeah, it costs like, I don't know, like
Yeah,
$100 Australian dollars actually for a game. I don't get it.
It's crazy. So
Australia's crazy.
yeah, starter edition made just for Australia. Well, let's see how Aces does here on this Blackbeard.
SR25, there you go.
All right, so this is the first time for him playing this on this matchup. So this is not sure how this is going to go, but Magnet is back on the Dokkaebi. As I say that, of course, he's dead on the Dokkaebi, but Rizraz at least trading it back onto Panix, and of course, Panix is a good player to kill early. So that is going to help. Over alive, still alive here, sticking it out on that smoke.
So Magnet was lost early on in the previous round.
And they almost won.
Almost.
Almost doesn't cut it.
Exactly. Unless you put the W on the board, it don't matter.
Yeah. Well, Aces for the second. Oh.
Oh, that's a smoke. That's a pretty big pick
Yeah.
here, as Mocket Void will have to remodel the site just a bit for him to be able to rotate out.
All about enemy now. He's going to be the huge delay factor they have to worry about trying to make this press.
There you go. Because of the manpower advantage,
Oh,
Mocket,
jump out.
it's a potential jump out, but won't be the case just yet. There we go. There's drones in and around, so Mocket don't want to instantly jump out and possibly fight against somebody that's holding off on the top, especially the fact that Rizraz is here in the exit stairs, the yellow stairs basically. He spots the yokai as well, and is he able to take it out? Yes, he is. Oh, I'm not sure why the yokai was used there. It was not in tandem with anything, but there you go. Lusty will come in. Revan trying to spray, but he's the one that's getting spotted here in the back is now. The players are on the floor trying to take him out. Impact into the side. He's got 3 goo mines now in the back, and that's Neo Fighter with 1. Void will hit the C4, but it turns into 1v3. Fnatic are so close to getting this one done here as enemy will rotate in. 35 seconds left on the clock, and that's Rizraz to make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, Fnatic survive, and they make it a 6-2 victory. It means 2-1. This is the end scoreline. The rest of the team is celebrating right now as they make it to day number 3. They still fight on tomorrow for potentially a spot at the quarterfinals. It's a long way to the top still, but they got to start rocking and rolling.
Well, talking to Dizzle this morning, the way they put it was, if they do well here, they'll probably do well in semifinals. They just feel like it's either make or break right here at this phase. Definitely make for Neo.